Good morning. Back outside because it's still beautiful. It's a little bit cool. I'm wearing a sweatshirt still, but I'm out here and I'm going to be painting you a wave today. Let me show you this canvas. This was an old canvas that I had, so there's all kinds of writing and stuff on it, but it doesn't matter because I'm just going to cover it up. So what I'm going to be creating is this wave that comes splashing around here, a little bit of light showing through it over there. Only colors I'm using today are blue, whites, a little bit of black, and some yellow. Not a whole lot of anything. Recommend using possibly only the angle brush, the medium brush, and that big brush. But we may use the little brush to do some little wavy, um, the little foam or something in the waves. Okay, let's get this centered. Got you guys all there. Let's get it wet because we're going to be doing some swooshing. When I say swooshing, whenever you're doing your swooshing on the wave, we're going to swoosh just like it would be as it's curling and crashing. But I want it to be kind of smooth. I did paint over this with house paint, but it doesn't look that great. I'm going to start off with sort of here, maybe a little bit of a blue-black sky. So let's go in the center. Take some blue, a little bit of black, and then take a little bit of white and throw that in there. Don't want to be too terribly dark. Blue-black sky. So maybe say about there. Yeah, up with that color. Doesn't have to be anything special, but I should have made more. Should have made more. Okay. I see parts of this is going to be covered by wave anyway, so what I do is I just really get it on there and then I can smooth it out later. I'm going to take some white now and I'm going to add it to that because I'm going to have a little bit of lightness down here, but still in that same color. So just dragging some white down into it. Oh, there's something on my screen. Let me get rid of that. Back over here. So I don't accidentally shut you off. And then just down in here, just go down this side a little bit with some lighter stuff. Mix it all in, doesn't have to be anything. Just smash it a little lighter. There, so it doesn't really look like anything, right? But your wave's going to come around here. I think maybe, let's see, do I want that to go a little lower? I'm not sure. Perhaps we'll make that go just a little lower. I got my COVID hair going on. So let's pretend this is the wave. Okay, so the wave's going to curl here like that. I'm just going to say it's going to curl like that. So then that's what we're going to color in. That's a good way to judge it. That's a good way to judge it. It's my paint. So my wave's going to curl in here, and that's going to be kind of like daylight that's shining through there. Again, does not have to be neat. Okay. So what we're going to start off with first is kind of a darker color, and then we're going to add some lightness into it. So back into this, we're going to take some blue and some black. I'm even going to take a tiny bit of yellow and throw it in there. Okay, that's a little bit too green for me, so I'm going to add a little more blue. Some people may already just have this color. It's a phthalo blue. So if you got that, I'm just trying to create it, so I took that off the page. Just a touch of yellow. So blue, black, touch of yellow. It's going to make this nice greeny blue color. And I'm going to add a couple drops of water to it just to stretch it out. So mix that in there real good. Real good. And I'm going to start the first wave part. So I'm going to say my wave. Remember where we drew that line? So I kind of want to go along there, but everything's going to swoosh up. Whether you come this way and go back around, so making these swooshy patterns like that, just that's gorgeous color. That's a gorgeous color. So it's going to be a little higher over here, and as it comes around, it's going to come a little lower. So we're making these swooshy patterns. Now just swoosh back and forth. You don't have to fill the whole thing, but this is the wave coming up and around. Look at that. Oh, that's a gorgeous color. Love it. All right, up into that sky there. We don't want to be seeing that. Oh my gosh, that is delightful. It's covering this canvas up. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, so I need to do some deeper bits and some lighter bits. So I'm going to add a little bit of black to what I have left. I'd have to recreate just a little bit, maybe just blue and black. And I'm going to do a few like swirls in here. Oh my goodness, you know what? Maybe just some straight black. Yeah, just some straight black on here. Messy, guys. A little bit in here. Just some straight black. Throw in a few lines. Not too perfect. Maybe there's just like a little half line here. And then there's a full big line up here. Crash up into that. It's nature. It's not supposed to be darn perfect, is it? Underneath in here, it's going to be a little bit of a shadowier because leave that space right there. That's going to be a lighter space. Oh, love that. Love it, love it, love it. Wash your brush off. Now, I'm going to go take some blue over here and some white. A little bit of yellow. And I make sort of a turquoisey color. I want it to be lighter. But I also want to have some yellow in that. So it looks like the ocean and not the sky. And in here, especially like right in here, that's where the light's coming through. There's going to be a little bit of light showing down in a few other spots, so you can add some more, but definitely right there, nice light spot. That's going to show up really well. Maybe there's a little bit of ocean sort of past this wave as it's curling over. I'm just going to go back to my blue backy color here, reiterate that wave. Love this. Not too much to this painting actually. We're going to be putting wavy crashes. Maybe you want some dark, just a little bit more dark here. I keep going back to that first dark color that I put in. Oh, that's pretty. All right, don't need that brush anymore, that big one. I don't think so. I think from here we just got to dry this a little bit because we're going to start adding white and I don't want it to blend in too much. So take your canvas, however it is you're going to dry it. I don't have a blow dryer outside, so I'm just going to wave it. Enjoy the nature behind me. Beautiful creek. I could take this into the sunshine over there. It'll dry up super fast. Maybe I'll do that. I'm going to go wave this in the sunshine. Be right back. Be right back. Enjoy nature. Well, it's not perfectly dry, so I'm going to be painting thicker for you guys. At least it's in the right spot, right? So, now I'm going to use, that's not the one I want to use. I'm going to use this angle brush, and I'm just going to be blobbing in with white paint, so blobs of white paint on there. And let's start from this curl. So we're going to go across, and we're just going to give it some weird blacked out splash marks. Blob, you can add, everything's going to kind of this way though. So if you're doing the blobs, it's all going to kind of, maybe it comes off here a little bit. See how it just kind of dribbles? You see that? Blobs and dribbles, and it's all going to kind of swoosh off this way, swoosh around here, swoosh violently across the top, and then we're going to add some trickles in here. But to start with, we're going to start with this wave and have things crashing past it. So there's no right way or wrong to do this. Just blobs of paint, touching lightly, letting it sit on the top here. We'll fill it in a little bit later. Up close, it's going to look kind of goofy. But from far away, which is where most people will see it, and then there's waves, they're swirling around in here too, so it's going to be crashing up through here. And underneath. I'm holding the very end of my brush. Usually if you're holding up close, you have really a lot of control. If you hold at the back, it kind of lets the paintbrush do all the work. So I'm just going to tap and let the paintbrush kind of move around where it wants to. More is falling this way. It's all curling. blob it though. Just going to swirl up this way. See the little path that I'm making? So it's going to swirl up this way, and swirl around that way, so you can sort of see the vacuum where it goes into this circle. Can you guys, if I move that closer, can you sort of see the pattern where it goes? So it's kind of swooshing up this way, swooshing up and coming and crashing around that way. Everything's going to kind of come in the circular pattern to right there. So this is what I'm loving. So coming up through here. So there's my pattern. I'm just going to mess that up as it's going up. Start a little bit at a time. If you want to use a sponge to do this, you can use a sponge to do it. Sea sponge, I recommend. Don't be afraid to go into your wave and let it get messy. Smush it around a little bit. You can take that little brush, even if you want to. You can take that little brush, grab some of the blue, and you can throw some of this darker. Oops, I need to have some paint on there. Some of the blues that are in this wave, you can throw them down into here. Just grab some color on that. You can throw some of that wave color in there. Some of the water got mixed in here. Just using this pointy brush now. Said I wasn't going to use it, but look at that, I'm using it. So see there, you can do that. Bring some of that color into it, and then it's going to look like the water came down with it. Oh yeah, that's a good touch. Good ad, good ad. Throw some of that water up into there. It's messy, don't worry about it, right? Don't worry about it. Love it. Love it. Up to the right. Alright, so from here, I'm going to start from here, and I'm going to start making it sort of a trail, all kind of weird, going up, crashing way up to here. And this one's coming up too. Oh, it's crashing its way up. Pulling the surf here a little bit. And you just keep adding as much mess as you want until you feel like it's a violent enough rollover crash. Don't make all your blobs the same size. Make them messy and wiggly and blob them together and leave them separate. Just be super weird about it. Bring some crashes through the way. Sometimes your brush gets a little globby, you have to like wipe it off and start over. Looking good. You want to try your little brush? Just use your little brush, and then you can have a littler. Mixed a bunch of blue in with mine, so it's not perfectly white. Dang it. And you can add streaks in here if you want. I don't really like the streaks so much. I like it to be bloody and messy. Slowly just keep filling it in. The blobs are starting to disappear a little bit because they're coming together. And they're all kind of crashing over. Love it. Hope you guys are having fun with this one. I am having so much fun with it. Let's turn my position a little bit. Swirls. I love how messy it gets. Some swirls coming up this way. What happens when you draw some lines through this swirliness? Looks okay too. Whew, getting good. Now I want this over here. Maybe it's easier to do it this way. Maybe it's just easier to turn it this way. Turn it around. I don't have stuff up there. So violent. It just splatters everywhere. Loving it. Okay. It's really pretty. It's really pretty, but I think I need some more blue coming in here. Grabbing my tray. Mix up a little more blue, black, white color. Probably not as much white because it's going to pick up the white anyway. Some wave to come down a little bit. So just making more wave because it got too white. So not a big deal. See how the white picks it up in here and then you don't get any of that blue? I just want to drag some more blue to have it dripping down. Some more of that wave falling water. Wave coming up. Super stinking messy because it's all just a swirl in there. That's where if you're surfing in there and you get all lost. swirled up inside of this vortex. Yellow, blue, yellow, blue, black. Oh, nice. Bring that color back in there. Beauty. Just keep bringing that color back and around. Oh, nice. Really messing it up with the color. I'm going to throw some more color up in here too. Ooh, that's a pretty color. Let's keep building blue colors. It's blue, black, yellow. Ooh. Start throwing some in this mix here. If that got to be it's too white for you, here's your solution. Just reverse blob. Throw some of that in here. Maybe I'm going to have some white streaks through this lit up area. As long as you're doing that like swirly pattern, the swoosh of the waves, doesn't really matter what colors you mix in here. Who knows with nature how that's going to go. As long as it's swooshing up and around. Oh, it's looking good. Sorry, I'm getting excited. I've never painted a wave before. This is my first wave. I love it. You know me, I'm all about the ocean. 5-year plan to move to Mexico. Oh, this is so fun. Just keep swirling, just keep swirling. Oh, love it, love it, love it. I love this light bit here. I love that light bit there. Yeah, look at a little foam down in here. That's really all there is to this one. Super fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I sure did. That was enjoyable. Moving it close. So back here you guys can see how messy that is. It looked neat. Now look at how unorganized and chewed up it is. Doesn't look the same real up close as it does back here. So don't judge from sitting so close to it. Step back a bit and use your imagination, because that's all it is. It's just art's imagination. So I'm glad you guys stopped looking today. Sorry about the crazy COVID hair. I've been migraining lately because I'm off caffeine. It doesn't make me any hyper but okay, so tomorrow, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow, but it'll be something awesome. See you guys in the morning.